Yo guys, what's going on? Acez here today with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new in-game event that is happening right now in Escape from Tarkov. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like on this video here today, and of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more PvE content. Let's throw up the Tarkov tweet right now. We have a new in-game quest from Therapist. I will show you that. We have 3 spawn points for the Sten military batteries with a 100% spawn chance on customs. Those 3 spawn points are New Gas Station, Fortress, and at the dorms. Added new military battery barters at Mechanic. I will show you those. And then Raiders spawn in the military battery spawn points with 100% chance. So, not a bad event, but definitely probably not what we were expecting. The reason it's a little interesting is because of the task and what you have to do. So the task is called a Key to Salvation, and you have to turn in 1 of every single labs card. Now, this is interesting because we all know how juiced those marked rooms have been, and apparently you can still get key cards from marked as of today. So, you know, if you didn't want to go about other ways of getting the key cards, you can still farm your marked room if you want. And bonus, marked room on customs, 314, there's a spawn point for the battery at the dorms, so it just kind of makes sense to throw that into your raids if you're going to be doing that. So turning in all of these will unlock some stims for you, but the main thing is going to be the DSF, the Distress Signal Flare, the Poison Green, the Acid Green. Basically, you are going to be able to purchase this from Therapist, loyalty level 1. However, it's going to be a barter. As for the barter, I don't have like an exact screenshot at the moment, but I believe the barter is going to be 1 defib, 5 vitamins, and 10 H2O2. The super funny thing about the H2O2 is I probably left hundreds of those when farming on labs, and now all of a sudden you need them, and I'm sure they are quite expensive. But don't get me wrong, assuming this barter does stay on our PvE accounts forever, and it's not just temporary, like the moment this event ends, the barter is taken away, assuming that this barter lasts forever, this is a massive W. The DSF flares are insanely overpowered, given they basically make everything friendly. So if you are trying to do a task or you are in a sticky situation, you can literally just pull out that flare and you're pretty much good until you engage again. It's an extremely helpful item, and now having a way of actually getting it besides randomly finding it in the loot is a massive W. So let's talk about some of those barters that Mechanic has, and it is a lot. So we are actually going to be viewing them from the flea market. It just makes things a little bit easier. But you could scroll through Mechanic and check every single thing if you wanted to. So we have a level 6 plate. That's just going to be 1 tank battery. We have a key card holder case. 1 tank battery makes sense because, you know, key cards right now. We have an airframe that's fully tricked out for a battery and 100 USD. We have a Zuck, which is obviously class 6 for 1 battery and 100,000 rubles. That is the gear side of things. Now, on the weapon parts and mods, we have a Reaper for 2 batteries and 1,300 euros. Then we are going to have the Armacite Thermal for 1,400 USD and 2 tank batteries. Then we have T7s, which is really attractive, but 10 tank batteries is not attractive. 10 bats, then you're going to need 10,000 of each of the other currencies. 10,000 USD, 10,000 euros. As for weapons, we got some tricked out stuff here. We got an M4. I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to show you like all the attachments like this. That's doing too much. You can just get the general consensus here. And I didn't know we could just click on these and these would come up. So that's very nice. We have an M4 here. We're going to need 100 euros and a tank battery. Probably not worth it. 200 euros and a tank bat for the juice cannon. We have a 300 blackout, 1 battery, and 250 USD. Now we're starting to get into some of those better weapons. 308 MDR, tank battery, 300 USD. We have the Acez tank battery and 500 USD. That's going to be pretty attractive for some of you guys who haven't found one in marked room yet. You know, Acez for Gunsmith, of course. And then the final one is going to be the Spear for 500 euros and a tank battery. So, you know, if I had to choose some of the weapon barters, if I really had to choose, it's going to be Acez, the Spear, or the 308 MDR, and definitely leaning towards either the MDR or the Spear. Moving on to the ammo, we have some PPBS and some 995 available. So obviously 545 and 556 both should pen class 6 if I remember correctly. 120 rounds of your PPBS, and that's going to be 1 battery, and then the same here for the 995 is going to be 100 rounds, and that's going to be 1 battery as well. And you might be thinking so far, like, wow, these barters are pretty shit, you know, for having to take out a tank battery in raid and do all that work. Well, here is the main part of this event and where the crossover happens. So we have the black key card, yellow key card, violet key card, blue key card, red key card, and green key cards. You know, it's kind of annoying how many batteries you do need for some of these keys. I won't lie to you, but when it comes to potentially having a spawn at the dorms and being able to potentially take a car extract, you know, it kind of makes sense that you could farm these up, especially combining that with your marked room hits. 2 batteries for black, 3 batteries for yellow, 5 batteries for violet, 7 batteries for blue, 10 batteries for red, and 12 batteries for green. So they pretty much worked out the rarities for all of them and adjusted the tank batteries accordingly. So, you know, this event, what do I think about it? I don't think it's that bad. You know, I don't think it's that bad. It gives us something to do. And for players who either need key cards or, you know, they've been wanting the DSF flares. For me, the flare alone is worth it. Assuming we keep that barter option permanently, 100% worth it doing this event. But if you wanted to just buy the key cards outright to complete the event, you certainly could. Their prices actually haven't gone up too much. We can just go to the flea straight up here and look at all of the key cards here. So black card is off its lows of about 1.5 million up to about 3.5. We have the blue cards coming in at about 8 mil. We have green cards at about 12. Red sitting at 12. Violet sitting at 6. And yellow sitting at 2.5. Some of these haven't really even gone up that much, specifically yellow. But when it comes to just purchasing all of them and that's it, that's probably what you should do, to be honest with you. And then if you are hitting marked, you know, you can just list the key cards from that point on, since now they are off the lows of the quick sell price. And, you know, as for the tank batteries, if you see a barter there that's attractive to you that you want to do, sure. If you're hitting dorms and finding them and taking the car extract, amazing, do that. But as for, you know, should you go in raid and farm these tank batteries constantly? I gotta say no. You know, I think it's cool that there's going to be some raiders on the map now. I think that's pretty dope. But as for should you farm these tank batteries for the key card specifically, probably not. It's too easy to make money in PvE. That's the simple answer. Now, for the PvP side of the game, I think this is a cool event. I think it's going to be really interesting. But for PvE players, you know, there's not much for us. There's just not much for us. We're all too rich, and there's not really going to be too much that's going to stop us from getting out of a raid with a tank battery if we really want to. So that is my take on it. I'm happy to see an update. I'm happy to see an event. I'm happy to see BSG take some market share from Elden Ring. That's what they have to do. We didn't get an update this week, so it made sense that we were going to get an event. You know, I figured with some of the arena stuff that was going on, I think there's a little bit of a tournament. You know, I did figure we would probably have something very soon after that. So this is what we got for now. At least it's something. It's better than nothing. It'll keep us entertained, and it'll get us a new achievement and the option to buy the DSF, which is, in my opinion, very, very worth it. Let me know what you think about the event here today, my friends. Do me a favor, make sure you're dropping a like on this video here today, and of course, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more PvE content. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.